Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over my everyday makeup tutorial. This is typically like when I'm working and just want to get a little more into my makeup than just my concealer days, which I'll do another video on that as well. I hope you guys really enjoy this video and don't forget to subscribe. So if you're ready, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so for my first step, I always moisturize. I've actually already moisturized today, and I use my Dermalogica cream that I use when I wash my face, but typically I use the Tony Moly Green Tea Water Cream. It works really well. It's thin, so it really spreads nicely and moisturizes nicely. So second, I go in with my Nude Stick in Light 2 concealer and just dot around where I have redness from pimples or just feel like needs an extra bit of coverage today. Alright, so next I take my LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation in Porcelain. Fun fact, this isn't actually porcelain. I don't think it oxidizes, I just think that their shade range is kind of all wrong. But, oh, I forgot to put my hair up. I usually just take this all over the face when I'm using a beauty blender anyway. I don't like using a brush with this foundation. I don't know, maybe it's my brush, but I feel like it just gets super streaky and doesn't really do well. So then I just take the bottom of a damp beauty blender and then just blend it all out. Sometimes I notice that like certain little areas need a little bit more coverage. Mainly just like right here. So I'll just take like a half a pump and kind of go back over. At that point I just stick my beauty blender right in it. I don't like sticking my beauty blender right in it. I'm doing my whole face because it sucks it up so much that I feel like I'm just wasting product. So that's why I use my finger. I'm still figuring this foundation out, but it definitely is one of my favorites. Alright, so now that that is smoothed out, blended out, excuse me, I take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I do shade 15. Sometimes in the summer I have to use both 15 and 10. So this is 15 Fair. I just put it typical concealer places under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, below my chin, and my forehead. One thing that I know for sure I'm going to have to do is go back in actually with my 10 and spot some pimples. I don't really worry my forehead too much when it comes to like spot concealing some of those pimples, just because my hair is always typically down. I mean, if I'm really wearing my hair out or something, I'll go back into it, but other times I just leave it. Most of the time I leave it. So I'm going to take the very tip of my beauty blender and then just blend out those little spots. Alright, so now we're going to take the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder and set my under eyes. I love this powder because I feel like all my other powders, my under eyes look darker as soon as I put the powder on. But this one like really works to brighten up your under eyes, which I really, your girl needs it. So I'm just going to take my little e.l.f. concealer brush that I have designated to powder. Now I'm mixing concealer and powder. And I just kind of tap it on and then take off a little bit of the excess. But then I also take my beauty blender and take out the creases that are underneath. I typically use a heavy hand when it comes to this because this is so cheap. I think it's like $5. And I just want to make sure that I'm not trying to like skimp on my eyes because I have such a tough problem with keeping it light under there. So I just go in. And I've never really had a problem to where my under eye is dry. Sometimes with my Coty Airspun that I use all over my face, it can become kind of dry underneath my eye. But with this, I have never had a problem with that yet. So I'm digging it. I'm using it. Next, I'm going to take my previously mentioned Coty Airspun and I'm just going to set the rest of my face. So I'm also going to take a little bit of, I might shake this up to get a good amount of powder out. It's too much. I'm going to get a little bit of powder out and kind of like go over and set my blemishes that are up, so just so that the foundation and concealer stays on them a little bit longer than typically. I mean, I will set my face, but with a setting spray. But still, sometimes when I feel like I do this, it really makes a difference than when I don't. So I'm wearing black jeans today, and that clearly wasn't a good idea because I just got powder all over them. So next up, I'm going to take, as you can see, it's a wonderful look. I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and apply it to the right under my cheekbones. I love this stuff. It smells like package. Every time I open it, I want to just cry. Tip off the excess. Oh girl, too much. So I went in with a little bit of a heavy hands, but that's okay. Girl knows how to fix it. Sometimes I feel like on camera it looks heavier than it does in real life. I think just because the lighting, and I clearly don't have the best lighting right now. I'm just starting out, but you know what? We'll learn as we go. And then I just take my spoolie and then just kind of fix my brows because Lord knows it needs it. I typically don't style my hair before I do my makeup because I always usually put it up, especially when it's short and in the way. But oh, we're forgetting mascara. How could I forget? Oh, my hair needs to be brushed back out. I never forget mascara. That's all. Mascara is one of my favorite parts because my lashes are so light and my eyebrows are so light, as you can see, that I feel like I need mascara to look like I'm gonna age. So. I think the part that might take me the longest, I look like I have a raccoon eye. We'll fix it. I think the part that takes me the longest to do my makeup is my mascara. Just because I want my eyes to look such a specific, like I want my lashes to look such a specific way that I take my time. It's like when people do their brows, because I don't feel my brows every day. And like typical me, I always have mascara on my eyelids. Don't know why it happens. It only happens when I'm not wearing eyeshadow. It's super frustrating. I think it's just my technique when I'm not wearing eyeshadow, because when I am wearing eyeshadow, I'm super careful. But I just take a Q-tip and take it off. So now, of course, as my absolute last step, I always spray and set my face when I'm doing full foundation face. I always use my Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. I love this stuff. I'm pretty sure everyone loves this stuff, but spray it all over. This feels so wet. It's refreshing, especially in like 80 degree days. And then I'm just gonna, I always take my beauty blender and I'm just kind of like pat everything in, just so it doesn't look as powdery. And there you guys have it. This is my finished look, typically every day, usually my everyday work day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below on other content that you would like me to put up for you guys, or just what your favorite part about this video was. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!